Hi everyone, I am Boone Langston here with Beyond the Brick, and I have a couple of Star Wars Lego set designers here with me. Can you guys start by telling us your name and what your role is here at Lego?
I'm Jens, and I'm a design director on Lego Star Wars, so I'm responsible for the model development.
And I'm Michael Stockwell. I'm a design manager at Lego Star Wars, and also model development is what I work with.
Well, thank you both so much for being here. Can you tell us, what is your history with Lego? How long have you been here? How did you get here?
Well, I've just had my 20th anniversary at Lego.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I've been working on different projects, but I've spent most of my time on Lego Star Wars. I missed out the very first year, 1999. I only made a sketch model, but since then I've been working on Lego Star Wars every single year. In the beginning as designer and later as responsible for the product development.
And I've been at Lego for about 11 years, most of the time on Star Wars, a little time on Ninjago in the beginning. Yeah, it's been a great ride and a lot of new exciting things in the works. So I don't have any desire to be anywhere else.
That's fantastic. Thank you. What kind of resources do you go to draw inspiration for your designs?
The cinema? No. Well, that's how do you say? There's a difference when we do classic models. That's where the inspiration very often also come from our fans. What are their wishes? But in the situation like now, where we have new movies coming out, that's of course our main inspiration.
And what is the process like from screen to shelf? Can you give me a quick rundown of from the movie comes out to a fan can buy the set on the shelf? What are the steps?
Well, I think first off, just maybe to touch on what you just talked about, it also kind of depends on whether we're developing a play set or whether we're doing a vehicle. Vehicles are bound to strict reference from Lucas, of course. When we're working on play sets, then we're trying to incorporate the Lego play in the set, and how do we do that best possible? Follow today's play trends, find out what kids are interested in. That's a big part of it. We do a lot of testing with children, finding out what is going to, make them excited when they get this product in their hands.
Can you think of one particular play set that was a really satisfying process?
Well, I think we have many, but the ultimate one, now I'm calling it a play set, but if you take the Death Star, well, that's basically what it is, because it is really a scenario where kids are able to play out all the important scenes from the movie. But we also have just an example here, one of the new ones, Yoda's Home, and that's definitely also a play set with a lot of play features and functionality, and that have been tested heavily with children, again to figure out what is it they like.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Can you tell me a little bit about the process of designing sets when a new Star Wars movie is coming?
That's a long process, and it's also full of challenges. Well, first of all, we have a very close cooperation with Lucas Disney, and they are really good at providing us with the information we need. Usually it starts out like a year, 1.5 years before the movie comes out and before we are going to launch products, where we typically meet the director of the movie, and he or she gives us a download of what's the story about. Then when they start on their concept work, they will supply us with reference so we can decide on an assortment. And then later comes the really exciting part. That's where we typically go to Pinewood Studios in London, see the sets, see the props, and sometimes we even meet some of the actors. So that's quite exciting.
How many times have you been there?
Well, I've been there every time for the last new movies, so it has been pretty cool. When we're designing products from a new movie, we're always really excited to see the movie, because things can change when a movie is developed and so on, and we of course want to see, did we get the right models, do the models look right, do we have the right characters and so on. An example, for instance, with a new Solo movie was this little police speeder. we started development of this one long time ago, and then suddenly we heard from Lucas Disney, maybe it's not in the movie anymore. I was like, oh, that was really annoying. But then finally we got the surprise when we went to the cinema. We could see it was actually in the scene and was in the movie. So that was a good thing.
That's great. Michael, what is the favorite set that you have helped design?
In this launch, or all in all?
Let's say all time.
Oh, actually, well, there are different things. I was actually this question just the other day, and I was looking back and thinking that one of the things I've been proud about is I did the TIE Fighter that actually took us from the old TIE Fighter design to the current TIE Fighter design. And I did the Force Awakens TIE Fighter as well. And the wing design that we're using today and also in this set is still based on that next generation wing design that I did. And so I think that for me, sometimes it's more about whenever we tackle a model, especially a model we've done before, we always start from the beginning and we try and say, what can we do better this time? And anytime we can do something that creates a new milestone for that product, that's what I remember, and that's what I think is exciting. So yeah.
And just to add to that, one of the things when we are, as Michael says, we totally start from scratch. One of the first things we do is also to look into consumer feedback and then see, okay, were there any complaints or were there things that people think that we could improve or something. So that's really our starting point.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Jens, do you have a favorite set that you've developed?
Well, yeah, I guess I have, but it's now it's really, how do you say, there's a far cooler model today, but I have to say it must be 10179, the UCS, the first UCS Millennium Falcon.
Okay, that's fantastic. How about this line? Is there anything interesting you'd like to share with us about this line that we have sitting in front of us here today?
Well, we haven't talked about elements, and that's one of the things that I've typically also been involved in, and that's development of any of the new. For Star Wars, it's often minifigure accessories, either wigs or helmets or whatnot. And Jens had the police speeder here out in this new helmet we were talking about that we really feel is one of the better helmets we've ever done. It gets just a very quick shot, but it's what we call a two-component mold, meaning that when we designed this helmet, we designed it to be molded in two different color plastics, black and white. So not all the black is decoration. Some is decoration, but some of it is molded. And by doing that, we're able to create even greater amounts of detail, levels of detail, than we would if we were only decorating. So that's another great thing. We've got the new guard. We have, Moloch is a fantastic character. We have the hounds. Again, we really try to maintain a level of design language that we created here at LEGO for animals, where you'll notice there's the small facets on the animal and all this, so that even though there are no studs on that dog, or instantly that's a piece of LEGO. And that's the challenge, trying to create something like that. Being able to make it work in the system, and so that when kids want to put it in something or put a figure in a cockpit, that they don't get frustrated that it doesn't fit. So there are a lot of challenges.
We're going to do a little bit of a lightning round, and then we can come back and we can touch on anything else interesting that we have here. So these are rapid fire questions. Did you build as a child?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
What was your favorite set as a child?
Train, I can't remember the number.
I don't know either. You have to go down and look in the window at around 1969 or something, and you'll see some of the things.
Okay, favorite Lego color?
Gray, of course.
You're in the right theme.
Olive green.
Okay. What is your favorite element?
2x4 stone.
Oh, the Erling. Do you know what that is? No. It's a 1x1 brick, but it's the one where the stud on the side of the brick is pulled back from the surface, from the front face. We call it an Erling, and that's it's actually the first name of the fellow that developed the element many years ago. How do you spell Erling? E-R-L-I-N-G.
The Erling. I
It's just like if you were to call it
I'm so glad to know that. I'm gonna start using that because we call them headlight bricks.
that's
So we'll say the Erling. The Erling. That I like it. I like it. Do you build for fun?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What is your favorite theme outside of Star Wars?
I think city.
City.
Technic.
City and Technic. All right. Do you prefer designing with your hands or the computer?
Hands.
Hands.
Definitely. What is your favorite Star Wars character?
Darth Vader.
I have to say Vader.
Do either of you have a favorite minifig that's not Darth Vader?
It's hard to say. Well, not. I can't remember any right now. I love a lot of the minifigures.
I remember when we did. I really liked the Comorian Guard.
And finally, what is your favorite Star Wars ship?
The Millennium Falcon.
I'm a TIE Fighter guy.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with us about this line or about Star Wars in general?
Well, what we brought here today is most of the new products that just came out related to the Han Solo movie, and I have to say we've seen it a couple of times now with the team, and yeah, first of all we are super excited about the movie, but also really happy with the products. We hope you are as well. Over here we have the X-Wing, and as we talked about before, when we are doing a model, we are always starting from scratch, and here we thought there was room for improvement. One of the things that has been changed was previously it has been a little bit tedious to put the wings in attack mode. I'll just move this one, but now we have this lever here. I just have to pull forward, and then I can pull it back. So it's really easy to how do you say, put the wings in attack mode. And then another thing that's an extra feature is it's not good for the model to rest on the wings when they are unfolded. So we have this hidden lever here. So when I press the model, the wings will just automatically collapse.
Those are two new, really great features of the X-Wing. This is exciting stuff. Thank you so much for showing this stuff, Jens, Michael. Really pleasure to meet you guys. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today, and thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.